now? Do we have sound now? Do we have sound now? Let's see. I want to see if there's sound now. Is there sound? Yay! I figured it out. I'm so excited. Awesome. Well, welcome. Thank you for your patience. And I'm glad I asked because I almost went into the whole training again with no sound. So now I have to just pull my notes back up over here. But thank you. Welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. I'm really excited to be here with you. I missed being here with you last week. I was on vacation and got my times all messed up. So I just completely lost track of time and I was in a different time zone. And so I apologize for not being here last week. And the week before, I had no sound. So I wanted to do a replay for you. So welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. Today, we're going to talk about how to stop going down the rabbit hole. Are you ready to stop going down the rabbit hole? Right? And for those that don't know me or just getting to know me, my name's Brenda Kiss. I'm a transformative Neuro Reiki master, helping you turn your struggles into miracles by releasing stress, anxiety, and guilt so that you can step into happiness and joy and really create a life you love. So one of the things that you can get to do to create a life you love is realizing when you're in the rabbit hole. And so I also want to say I am in mom zone today, not dressed. In fact, I just got done working out and I had a choice today to get dressed up and so that I had my makeup on, my hair done and all of that. So I would be ready and be with you guys. But today's my oldest son's birthday and I decided to surprise him. And so I did things in the morning that wasn't technically in my schedule. And so I went with the flow. So here you have me all natural. So what does it mean to go down the rabbit hole? Drop below if you know what it means. What's it mean to you? Identify what does that mean? And it's so easy to go down the rabbit hole. Was for me anyway. I remember a lot of times when I would work with, I used to have an addiction to food. So a lot of times around food, I would easily go down the rabbit hole. If I ate something that wasn't healthy, I would beat myself up and just start thinking negative thoughts and what's wrong with me and why can't I eat healthy and why did I eat that, and just constantly questioning myself in the wrong direction, right? So one of the things to realize is that everything in your life is a pattern. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you respond, the way you act, the way you hold yourself. Everything is a pattern from your thoughts, emotions, and feelings. And so when you're in your rabbit hole and that's a familiar place for you, realize that your body, mind, soul, everything about you already knows how to respond to that. So it's easy to respond and continue to go down that path. So one of the first things you want to do when you see yourself or recognize that you're in the rabbit hole is to do something completely different than you've done in the past. So if I use my example around questioning myself around why is this wrong with me, and I'm like constantly in my mind, maybe it's jumping up and down, like completely shifting my energy, my physiology, my body, right? So you want to really start to do something different for yourself as opposed to staying in the same process. So if your body, like I said, your body is a pattern, right? So when you are in the rabbit hole and you're downward spiraling, notice your body. Does it feel tight and constricted and down and grouchy, or does it feel light and happy and upbeat? And so here's what you get to do. One of the first things to do is to recognize that you're in the downward spiral and then do something with your body that's different than you normally do. Whatever that means to you, For me, it's actually putting my hands out and going, halt or stop. And I'm literally pushing that feeling or that thought away with my hands, right? So you could do that. You could use mine. You could jump up and down. You could take a walk. You could take a shower. You could drink a glass of water. It really doesn't matter. Whatever is different and something different with your body. You can smile or put a pen in your mouth and release endorphins and make yourself happier, right? The next is recognize the questions that you're asking yourself. When you are going down a rabbit hole, it is most likely because you're asking yourself questions that are bringing you there, that are bringing you down. See, the body and the mind, you know exactly you know all the answers to all your questions, whether you realize it or not, and you can continue to ask yourself questions. And when you're in a stressful state, you will ask yourself questions. And when you ask yourself these questions, you want to make sure they're empowering questions, questions that lift you up, questions that bring you to an empowerment state. But if you're asking yourself questions like, why is this happening? What's wrong with me? Will I ever do this? Will I ever be able to eat healthy? Would I ever be able? And there's anything that you can answer a yes or no question to when you're in a downward spiral emotion is not a great question, right? Because when you're already going down, the questions are always going to be further to bring you further down. So you want to bring in open-ended questions, questions that can get your mind to think and create a different thought pattern, right? So one question could be, what can I do right now to feel even better, right? What can I do right now to create space in my day? What can I do right now to open up a new thought to get me out of this experience in this moment, right? Or how can I stop myself right now from going further down the rabbit hole, right? So you want to start to ask yourself different questions, right? So first is your physiology. Do something different with your body. Everything is a pattern. The questions that you ask yourself is a pattern. So now what is a new question? Come up with one new one. Drop one new question below. What's one new question you could ask yourself right now when you find yourself in a downward spiral? When you find yourself going down, what's one new question? For me, it's what can I do for myself to show myself even more love in this moment right now? That's a question I ask myself. Or what's good about this moment? Or how's this serving me? Or how can I shift out of this feeling right now? What do I get to do to change the way I feel or change the way I'm looking at this experience in this moment? Right? The quality of your life comes down to the quality of your questions. So drop a question below. I would love to read a question that you're going to ask yourself. And listen, this is a really safe space to participate and to be involved. And so really, give yourself permission to type it out and really participate. And so the other thing that you want to do is when you're in a downward spiral, notice what you're saying to yourself. So you might be asking yourself questions, and then you might be telling yourself a story that brings you further down. And I was just having a conversation with my husband about a story that I apparently tell all the time, and it's not a story that serves me. And so I was saying to him how nighttime I'm exhausted and I don't want to do things at night, and I'm more of a morning person, and so I get more done in the morning. And I just thought, well, right now in my schedule with my family schedule and the way that I with our kids' activities and all that, I have to do some things at night for work. And so if I continue to tell myself that story that I'm not productive at night, guess what happens? That I'm not productive at night, and that story is not serving me, right? So when you're in the rabbit hole or going down the downward spiral, what story are you telling yourself? What story are you projecting? What story are you creating that's allowing you to bring even more of this experience into your life that you no longer want? So get really super attuned, right? So in order to change any behavior, you have to tune in. You have to really tune into yourself and what's going on in your life. And, you know, without an awareness piece, without a understanding of where you are right now, you can't get going in the direction that you want to move. So become aware of how your body is. Become aware of the questions you're asking yourself. Become aware of what you're focused on. Are you focused on the outcome that you want or the outcome that you don't want? What are the stories are you telling yourself? Right? So look at that for yourself, become aware, and then start to shift the story. Once you're aware of it, you can then begin to tell yourself a new story now. So those are the tips on getting out of the rabbit hole. And I want to share this with you is that I'm offering a very special opportunity right now for the first five people to book a call with Brenda to see how I can help you even more get out of the rabbit hole and live a life that you can create. Go to Call with Brenda and book an awareness to change call. This is for you if you've been trying you've been trying to get out of the situation you're in and don't know what direction to go. This is for you if you're ready to make change in your life right now. This call is for you if you are really looking to create a difference in your life and want to stop the old thought patterns or that maybe even the current thought patterns that are keeping you in a life of feeling lost, confused, overwhelmed. And so that you can, this call will help bring you perspective on how to shift that. So I encourage you, I'm only taking 5. So go ahead, go to callwithbrenda.com. Irish, if you're listening, can you please put that in the comments too? That's my assistant, callwithbrenda.com. And I really look forward to speaking with you. I look forward to being with you. I have so many yummy, wonderful things coming up for March with you you're just going to be woohoo, so excited. So stay tuned in to what's happening because there's going to be a lot of great things happening for you. Okay, so I will see you next time. Take action today. I always say take action today and do something different than you did the day before so that you can go in the direction that you want to go. So book a call and I will see you soon. Bye.